Aduana Stars. He comes in with so much experience into this team for this afternoon's game at the Nanajiman Bedu Park in Doma Incro. What an interesting game that have tugged the cliffhanger awaiting us in the next couple of minutes. In the league now, playing for so many things that are at stake now for them. Because for Aduana Stars, on the back of that defeat in Liberty, they'll be looking at rebouncing back right in front of their fans. And for Kotoko, who on the road this season have been decent, to be looking to perhaps, for the first time in their history, get all the 3 points away from here. To see how this game goes. So out of 16 games, Aduana Stars have won 5 times against Asante Kotoko, and they've scored 10 goals in the process. Asante Kotoko have won 4 games against Aduana, and they've drawn 7 times. Remember, that league season that was truncated is not included, and the NC competition, which Kotoko won by 2 goals to 1, is also excluded. So officially, 16 games in between the two, 7 drawn games, 5 wins Aduana, 4 wins for Kotoko. But the most significant thing is that between 2009 and 2020, Kotoko have not scored a goal nor won a game here at this venue.
Well, the numbers tell the story, doesn't it? Barring in this ground for so many years. What would the story be today?
Their symbol is a dog with a fire emerging from its mouth, and they are called the Oja Boys. Aduana Stars up against Kumasi Asante Kotoko is the biggest game of the 11th week of the 2019-2020 Ghanaian top flight. This facility has seen a major facelift since the first time I visited here 11 years ago. Because of their involvement in continental club football, they played in the Champions League, they played in the Confederations Cup, and they demanded that they put up this facility to a befitting status for a club that is playing in continental football. And I tell you what, it's a beautiful edifice. It's not that bad.
One of the best in the country. It really is. Fans are not going to stand around. They have a place to sit. Commentary has a place to sit as well. A place for the fans to pack and lay cables for TV coverage. Right? It's about one of the best venues you get across. And like you said, when you play in Africa, it demands that you meet certain requirements. That is why we want our clubs to also get to play in Africa. Once they get into those positions, they are forced to do more and attain more.
In 8 visits to Doma Incro, Asante Kotoko have only managed 3 drawn games, and they've lost 5 times in 8 visits to Doma Incro. The question is, will the status quo remain, or the Porcupines will rewrite the script here in Doma?
Almost 90 minutes and we will tell. But it's always very difficult when it comes to Doma, not just for Kotoko, but for every club. You'd imagine, or you're going to guess the reason why the Phobians were happy when they picked up a point here, not conceding. And in the form in which Yahya Mohammed is, who used to doubt his scoring prowess and say that he's not going to get a goal for them. Just opposing that form in the attack for Aduana Stars, Kotoko really have not been getting the goals frequently, so that is where the question marks are.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko are second on the league log with 18 points. So Collins Amiao is expected to join his colleagues in the tunnel before they emerge onto the field of play for proceedings to begin. But strangely, he found himself on the bench of Asante Kotoko, only to be asked by an official to go back to the tunnel and re-emerge with his colleagues.
Wow. Wow.
So there's little to choose between these two. Aduana Stars are third on the league log with 17 points. Asante Kotoko are second with 18 points. But the two of them all messed up the opportunity as Chelsea lost against Interlights the other weekend in Brekum. They could have won their games and gone up more than where they are now.
Yeah. You know, it was a very funny weekend, wasn't it? Because Kotoko were dropping points against Ashgood, who were on the same points as them. We had 5 teams on 17 points. None of them could win a game over the weekend, with Mediama losing also, and Kotoko and also Ashgood sharing the spots in Kumasi, and Aduana Stars losing to a heavy defeat in Karl Randolph.
So we're waiting for Alfonso Atiapa to conclude his final inspections with the players in the tunnel before they come out of the tunnel. So we kickstart this game here at the Nanajima Medu Park in Doma in Crow. It's not a territory where teams love to play because it's difficult to get the points here.
Yep, and for the home players or the home team, it's a fortress for them. They always know that when with their fans backing them, it's a different story. And when you play in a club where your home venue is always difficult for opponents to come to, it's all joy because you really, really relish playing at home all the time.
So the traditional colors of Aduana Stars, green and yellow, been displayed all across the stadium here in Doma Inkro. So there we go, players emerging out of the tunnel for this big game. It's fair to say it's the biggest game of the 11th week of the Ghana Premier League.
Not too many games will come bigger than this one. Aduana Stars at home to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And then even bigger, or what makes it even bigger, it's the league log now, where these two teams are placed and what a defeat here or a victory here for either side is going to mean to the table.
Aduana Stars suffered their heaviest defeat in the Ghanaian top flight when they were beaten 5-2 by Liberty Professionals at the Kalwendo Park in Dansoman. You can imagine they coming to these grounds and dropping points against Asante Kotoko. But on the flip side, Kotoko also drew goalless against Ashanti Gold. They would want to return to winning ways, and that makes this game the cliffhanger we call it.
Yeah, nobody really saw that result coming. 5-2 against Aduana Stars of all teams. And got rid of, I mean, with all respect to Liberty, they're a great team. But the chipping 5 goals against Aduana Stars is no mean, achievements. Really is a huge one. And for Kotoko, of course, Coach Matthew will be livid that his team could not take the advantage of all the teams around them slipping to pick the 3 points at home.
You know what? Officials of Aduana Stars have been quick to say they rested some of the key players because of this Kotoko game when they traveled to Dansuma. So for instance, Noah Mate stepped in for Norbert Supe, Isaac Quinn stepped in for Joshua Tijani, Fatah Abdul Rahman played instead of Bright Ajay. And, it's difficult to agree with them that they presented a weaker squad to that game against Liberty in Dansuma. I think they lost fairly and squarely to Liberty.
You know what? I mean, the thing is, you cannot choose and pick in the league. Every game matters. You can imagine what the 1 point in Liberty or Calredo would have done for them. So you can't choose and pick. You cannot choose and pick games. You've got to.
So Martinenchi is yet to go onto the field of play. He seems to be receiving some attention. He was being massaged from the thigh, and now he's been held by the Kotoko physio to endure some squatting and standing. Now he goes down. It's interesting.
Well, never really seen this in my life before. They say that you are fit enough to play or not at all, but just minutes before kickoff for a player to be on the touchline and not be part of the squad that is waiting to exchange the pleasantries. It really is shocking. I'm thinking that if he's not fit enough to get started, then he doesn't really have to be in there.
Shouldn't have even been in the traveling squad, but something has happened. The Asante Kotoko goalkeeper Kwame Bam seems to have been elbowed by an Aduana Stars player during the exchange of pleasantries, and now there seems to be some confusion among the players. Wow, we are in for a game.
The game hasn't even started. I think this is why you expect the managers to be talking to their players to keep their heads in the game and focus. Referee now has a big ask, a big job on his hand now. Both sides now furious. But it really is a shame that at this level, some of these things get to happen because it's really the reason why you want to check the pleasantries before the games get to start. And you see Yahya Mohammed, great sportsmanship there. Yahya Mohammed now holding the players. I mean, he's an experienced player. See what he's doing. He's speaking to them, advising them, let's play football. Let's play football. Let's play the game. It's the reason why we are here. That is great sportsmanship, Yahya Mohammed. Great.
I'll tell you what, my admiration and respect for Yahya has gone to another level.
Absolutely, he really has. He really has. Habib Mohammed is having none of that. Yahya Mohammed again steps into.
It's a grudge match, I tell you, bro. It's a charged atmosphere here in Goma, especially at this venue.
Game hasn't even started.
You expect Yahya Mohammed to score again?
Oops, you cannot bet against him, can you? 10 goals in 10 games. I mean, you just cannot say he's not going to score. I mean, if you are supporting Kotoko, you are hoping he doesn't score much more like he's not going to score. You hope he doesn't score.
Right. Emmanuel Jemfi wins the toss of coin after Alfonso Atiapa did the honors for the two captains. So Jemfi gets to choose where Kotoko will play from. Peter Dosa is our assistant 1 and Kofi Che is assistant 2. Obed Dankwa is the 4th referee and JB Yakubu is our match commissioner. So Aduana Stars, they run some changes to the team. Joshua Tijani comes in to replace Isaac Quinn. Noah Mate comes in to replace... Noah Mate is out for Nobet Sope. And then Musa Amebo is out for Farouk Adam. It's a 2-man attacking lineup. Bright Ajay and Yahya Mohammed leading the attack for Aduana Stars. Noah Mate drops to the bench in today's game. I just picked up information that today will be the last day in charge of this team for Tando, WO Port Tando, because the Aduana Stars are in negotiations with Patrick Fabin to take charge of the team. So here's Kotoko's lineup. They've also run some changes. Again, Justin Blake is sitting out for the 2nd game consecutively after missing that glaring goal scoring opportunity. William Okuku-Mensah gets another chance, but Habib Mohammed moves from central defense to partner Adum Frimpong in central midfield, but Naby Keita drops to the bench for today's game.
Yeah, Adum Frimpong is back to the side. They missed him in that game against Ashgold. It's great to have him, but an interesting watch would be Habib Mohammed. For so long, he's played in that central defensive pair with either of the defenders. Today, he's the one who's supposed to be protecting the back four. We'll see how that one goes.
You know, the fashion sense of the Asante Kotoko coach has been spectacular since the Premier League started in its traditional African print almost every game.
Yeah.
Now let's check out these pants. The chair is supposed to be sat on. He feels that carrying it on his head will give him more excitement watching the game.
Blocking the sun rays from getting directly into his head, baby. Just an excuse for him. Let's speak about Maxwell Pinodi. I mean, it didn't start when he was in Kotoko during the WAFU in Senegal. He exhibited the African print pretty well, and it's great to see, it really is, because with the weather conditions we have here, I don't think it's the best to be in a suit. You really want to be in your shirt, and what is better than being in an African shirt?
And I heard him gladly eulogizing his designer, Danubian Fashions, and thanking them for clothing him all this while. It's a major step, bringing back the love.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, Ghana football is taking a new twist with the improvement